Back with Bobby and JJ Radio, we have Dr. Lindsay Bira here. We're talking about her involvement of mindfulness that she has. She's kind of teaching and spreading the word here in San Antonio. If you miss any of this interview, you can go back to bobbyandjjradio.com, be a fan of the show. You can check her out on SoundCloud on Monday, and we'll have these YouTubes out in about a week. I wanted to jump right back into the stress management of what this really does for someone, or as far as the research that you've looked at. So you feel like the long-term effects of actually focusing on this mindfulness part of someone's life is to just manage stress.
Yes.
You feel that's the number one benefit for it?
Yeah, I feel like that is the number one benefit, because there's a quick stress relieving piece of it, and then there's also the long term. The more you practice it, the more your baseline stress can decrease.
So let's give some people some just stress management tips that you've kind of given to like the students that you have. I guess students is a good word for it.
Students, patients, whoever comes to see me with a lot of different problems. So when we think about stress, I think it's important to think about what stress is. So we have this response within us. You mentioned the fight or flight response earlier, right? So it's something that we've evolved to have as humans. And it's, if a bear pops out in the woods, we're going to get scared. Our body's going to activate our sympathetic nervous system. Our heart rate's going to increase. The blood's going to go to our muscles, and we're going to be able to get out of there.
Right.
So our sensation of time, that slows down. Our perceptions get more keen, so we're able to see more, hear more. And also other things happen, like our digestion stops. And a lot of different things can happen with that. The problem is we don't really get chased in the woods by bears. I guess if you're lucky. Right?
Well, I don't have to outrun the bear. I just have to outrun Bobby.
That's not going to happen.
Well, then you might have a daily stressor. That's not going to happen. So what we deal with is more daily stressors, like you guys just mentioned, which could be anything from work stress to traffic to a relationship that's been difficult. But it's something that's activating our stress response on a low level over the long term. So that's chronic stress. And that can be really, really dangerous because, like I mentioned, digestion stops when we're under stress.
I didn't know
that can lead to digestive issues. And different muscle pains. It's just really not good for our body. It can lead to anxiety, depression symptoms, that kind of stuff. So we need to figure out, how do we manage stress, like you mentioned. So I think a good thing to look at, and what I help people kind of determine, is what is within our control and what is outside of our control.
Perfect.
Sometimes we can really control things and remove them from our life or add them in to make our lives less stressful. Sometimes we really can't. If we have to work with somebody who stresses us out, if we're in a situation that's stressful, that is directly outside of our control. So then we have to look at, well, what can we do? We might be able to change the way that we act or view it to then impact the system. So there can be a feedback loop with that.
Right. And
that takes some creative thinking, kind of have to evaluate the whole thing. But if there's truly nothing you can do, if you're in gridlock traffic and you've got a meeting in 10 minutes but you're not going to get there in 30, what can you do?
Sure.
And that's where coping skills like relaxation, and we mentioned through mindfulness, paying attention to the breath, diaphragmatic breathing is huge.
Sure.
There's nothing magical about it. It's truly about learning how to train your nervous system to calm down.
Right.
And by doing so and practicing that, you're actually conditioning yourself to respond to situations better.
My thought is, I'll deal with it when I get there. I know it's going to be bad, but I'll deal with it when I get there. Why freak out this whole time if I can't do anything about it?
Well, that's a good cognitive reframe. That's what we call that, right? So one way to think about it is, we are going to fail. We're going to lose our job. People are going to be mad at us, right? That leads to a certain emotion of anger, frustration, fear, right? So that's that stress response, that fight or flight coming out.
Right.
Another way to think of it, like you said, is there's truly nothing I can do about this.
See, and that's always my response to JJ, because JJ does stress a little bit more than, or a lot more than I do, and he always like, what are we going to do? I'm like, we'll deal with it when we get there.
No, I tell Bobby, if you're going to be late, just text someone.
We'll wait till it happens.
There's that too.
Yeah, just text someone. I don't care we're going to be late, just text them.
No, it's not just, I mean, it's anything. You do like to, you think about things a little bit more. I'm like, we'll just deal with it when we get there. There's nothing we can do about it.
Well, me and Bobby actually, we know a lot about each other, so we do these personality profiles in our business.
Yeah.
Figures out who does what. You know, I'm operational, Bobby sales. And so we learn a lot about each other. And I happen to know that Bobby doesn't ever plan, like not for anything. Like But he also gets blindsided too. It's like I've seen him in many cases get dump truck blindsided.
And I'm good with it.
Well, until you're not, right? Until you're not.
Until I'm not.
And then that just never happens to me. Like I'm always going to just be like, okay, I'm ready for that, or I thought about that. That's going to happen.
But because of your personality, different things might happen.
Sure.
And I think that's really important to
What
kind of reflect
these other
on.
things that may happen?
Well, I'm the psychologist caught in the middle here.
No, I want to know right now.
No, so you're saying he may stress about it a little bit more. And
I'm saying that we all have certain patterns,
Sure.
ways in which we are, right? And the more awareness that we have into that, we can know how that serves us well
Right.
and how that might catch us up at some points. And in that area, we can figure out, okay, how can we be better? How can we move towards
Sure.
something that's going to
See, that's what I'm constantly thinking about. How can I use this as leverage, or make sure that I'm gonna just take it off my plate and then just never worry about it, or worry about it later. Yeah, or just text someone because you're gonna be 15 minutes late because it doesn't cost you anything. But anyways, if you want some more information about any of this stuff, you definitely need to come. So let's talk about. So when do you have these? Are you still doing it at the Pro?
Yes, I am.
Okay, and so when are these events that you hold?
Well, let's see. The next one is going to be on Tuesday. Is that the 29th?
I want to do it. We should go together.
No one cares. Okay, so the 29th.
No, we should go together.
No, you guys should come. You're welcome to come.
See, I can go places by myself. Bobby can't, but I don't want to stress you out as a psychologist. So the 29th.
So I think it's Tuesday is the 29th. That's
Okay.
when it is. 7:30 to 8:15. So that's my sunset one.
Okay.
I also hold some on Sunday mornings for the farmers market, 10:15 to 11.
Oh, we play
so it's all
basketball.
listed on my website under mindfulness.
So her website, by the way, is drlindsaybira.com. That's LINDSAYBIRA.com. If you want some more information, go to that website. You can also contact her if you need be at 210-920-5469. Again, that's 920-5469. This is our show for this Sunday. We want to thank you so much for hanging out with us.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, for sure. And if you missed any of this awesome interview, go to bobbyandjjradio.com. Be a fan of our show on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook.
Bye.